Now
Well,
we're live.
do you see the countdown?
I don't see a countdown. I just a little
Don't see a
thing
countdown.
pops up that says live and recording,
Oh,
and it tells me how long we have been live. I don't see
yeah.
I don't know if there's like a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It gives me a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I do not see that.
Apparently, it doesn't give that to you.
No, I'm assuming Greg has never gotten that either.
I assume not. Yeah,
That's just for your benefit, apparently.
I guess so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I
that's
start
okay.
the broadcast, so I guess that means I get to know when we're live.
You're the leader of the crew, so
That's right.
it makes sense.
Hello and welcome
doing?
to episode number
we're starting. I'm sorry.
878 of the Player One podcast. I'm going to start that again.
Go ahead. I did not mean to talk over you.
Hello and welcome.
It was very unprofessional. Now I'm done.
Hello and welcome to episode number 878 of the Player One podcast for Tuesday, September 19th, 2023. I'm your host, Chris Johnston. With me, as always, from the great state of Washington, Mr. Phil Theobald.
That's me, baby.
How's it going?
Oh, it's going grand.
Yeah.
How are you?
I am well. It is just us two.
It is just us
this
two
week because Greg has he's feeling a little sick. So
he's a little under the weather.
He could not make it tonight. So we wish him well and safe recovery from whatever it is, whatever bug has got him. It sounds like maybe the vid.
Uh-oh.
But
that would suck.
We'll see. That definitely sucks. Speaking of which, I guess new booster shots are coming. Are you prepping to get yourself stuck with the needle here pretty soon?
I haven't. I mean, I've been getting stuck with needles a lot lately.
Yeah.
Because I'm doing allergy shots.
Oh, really?
Did I not tell you about this?
I did not know this. No.
No. I have not made plans for new COVID booster, but I'm sure I will at some point. But
yeah.
After years, nay, decades of dealing with seasonal allergies, I've decided to take matters. Well,
you're going to find out what's causing it.
Well, I'm not taking it into my own hands. I went to a doctor,
and then every flower you see you're going to go John Wick on.
Yes. No. I went to an allergy doctor, and they gave me an allergy test.
Yeah.
You know, they put a bunch of crap on my back and to see how many blisters formed.
Okay. And you're a human petri dish.
I mean, functionally, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how have you ever had an allergy test?
I have never had an allergy test.
Basically, what they do is they slather a bunch of different allergens on your back and make you sit around for half an hour and see which ones have a reaction.
Okay.
And usually that's a like a bump or a little welt or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then they know, okay, well, turns out you're allergic to that. And then they concoct a little mixture of basically it's a soup of here's what you're allergic to, and then every week I have to go in and get 2 injections. Or they're basically, you've seen Princess Bride, right?
Yes.
You know how you build up an immunity to iocane powder?
Yeah.
By slowly ingesting some every so often, so your body gets used to it. It's the same principle.
Really? Oh, okay.
Basically, yes, they're injecting me with tiny portions of stuff I'm allergic to.
Mm-hmm.
And this happens over the course of months.
And you're paying them for the for the privilege of doing this.
What's that?
And you're paying them for the privilege of doing this. So
no, I'm actually I have very good insurance.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah. But and the dosage slowly increases as my body gets used to having the allergens in my system. And yeah, it's what is it? It's like twice a week for 5-6 months,
Okay.
and then it drops down to once a month for 2 years.
Okay. So this is a
And then
long-term thing.
it's a commitment.
How long have you been? Did you just start this, or have
I've
you?
been doing it for a couple months now.
Oh, okay.
I will basically the twice a week thing will be done at around the end of the calendar year.
Gotcha.
And then I have to go in once a month for the next 2 years. And then they tell me that once the whole rigmarole is done, I'm free, baby.
You won't be allergic to anything.
I won't be allergic to the like 2 things that I am allergic to.
Yeah.
You know, and there is some sort of
You can
wildflower
still
that is,
get
of course,
cooties, probably too.
abundant. Well, I got the cooties booster is a necessity because I live with a girl.
Well, yeah.
So, yeah, you have to get that.
Sure.
Yeah. You're living with 2 girls, so you
2,
should look
yeah.
into this.
I should. You're right.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe when they're
I
out.
think I built up an immunity
That's probably
already.
good.
Yeah.
So,
To cooties.
how
Huh. Well,
you doing?
that's fun.
But I mean, I don't know if fun is the word I would use.
No.
Although I'll tell you what, I used to I was not, I'm not going to say I was scared of needles.
Yeah.
But
But now you're definitely not. It's so commonplace.
unpleasant.
You're just like,
But now it's like,
whatever.
I show up and they're just like, "Oh, hey, Phil, how you doing?" "Oh, I'm fine." "Oh, okay, there we go. Well, I guess I'll see you later this week."
Oh, that's right. Wow.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. But I do have, I was given an EpiPen. I was prescribed EpiPens
Okay.
just in case there's something goes terribly wrong,
Okay.
and
That's
the
hmm.
allergen they inject me with starts to close my windpipes or something.
Okay.
So I have an EpiPen with me just in case.
Just in case. Okay.
Just in
Huh.
case.
When
There we go.
when the family and I went to South Africa on vacation, we had to get a whole bunch of shots.
Oh yeah.
Uh vaccines and whatnot, just against malaria and all sorts of things.
Hmm.
So I had 4 shots at one time.
Oh my goodness.
Uh
Like in the same
not
hole?
not pleasant. No, 2 per
Like
arm.
like
2 per arm.
oh, okay. It's not like you had the 4 doctors trying to get 4 needles
They
into
did it
the
all at
same.
once.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I went
Okay.
Super Saiyan after that. No,
Oh.
but I'll probably get the flu shot, and
Yeah.
if they're doing COVID boosters, I'll do that.
Right.
My last COVID booster
Hmm.
wiped me out for a good 24-hour period, so I'm
Oh, really?
expecting if I do another one, it'll wipe me out again. Yeah.
You have a weak
So
constitution, CJ.
apparently I do.
Yeah.
Like each shot has just like sidelined me more and
Oh, really?
more.
Oh my.
So yeah, we'll see how that
Well, I
goes.
hope
But
this
anyway,
does better for you.
I hope so too. Yeah, I'm a flu shot every year type of person.
Oh yeah. I
Just
get my flu shots as well.
yeah,
You got to.
got to.
Keeps
Exactly.
you
I don't want to get the flu.
exactly.
I don't want to get COVID either.
No.
If
Ugh.
possible. I mean, I've had it once, so I
Yeah,
don't
it's
really
not fun.
want to get it again.
Ugh.
But hey, we have more pleasant things to talk about today,
Like what?
Phil. As you may know, last week we had a Nintendo Direct and a State of Play.
Oh, right.
So we're going to kick it off by talking about either one of those things
Okay.
and get to the real important stuff, which is that Picross S Plus has been announced for the Switch, and that brings 9 3DS Picross E games.
Which
That
were
was a series on 3DS. Picross
that was the
E
3DS.
was a
Yes.
series, and those have now been delisted. 3DS eShop is closed,
Right.
and so this Picross S Plus will reintroduce those to Switch. And the app itself, it sounds like it will be a sort of hub app for packs of puzzles that were in those Picross E games.
Right.
So you will be able to purchase those within Picross S Plus.
Right.
The first one contains all of the puzzles from the first Picross E, and that's
Yes.
$5.
Yes.
Cost you $5.
Yes.
And then that acts as a hub for the rest, which are $5 each
right.
pack you want to buy.
So $45 gets you all 9 of the Picross E games, which were originally 3DS titles, but now currently unavailable, but now you'll soon be able to play them on your Switch.
Well, and we never got E9 in the US.
That's true.
So that is it's going to be new to us.
New to you. I'm very excited.
So that's a whole lot of puzzles coming in.
Absolutely.
Coming in hot. Which is great news. I really enjoy all of the stuff that Jupiter does.
Yep.
To the point where I was very interested in their other game, Working Zombies.
Oh, right.
I don't know if you've seen that. They've done 1 or 2 like non-Picross games.
Right.
And I keep it on my Switch wish list just in case.
Waiting for a sale?
Waiting for a sale.
Yeah, I have the same thing. I've had that Working Zombies on my wish list for a while. It has not gone on sale.
Once it goes like under $10, I'll bite probably.
Yeah.
But it's got to get under the $10 price point. But
exactly.
But I love all the Picross games and I buy them pretty much immediately. So I imagine I'll pick up Picross S Plus. I may not buy all the packs immediately, but we'll see.
Oh, I will absolutely buy all the packs immediately.
But
that's just me. That's just me.
Yes. Phil, of interest to you as well. You heard about this new Shinchan game that's coming out?
I did
this winter in Japan.
I saw that.
Of Coal Town.
I still need to go back and finish the previous one that we got.
I do too. That is one that I would like to go back to.
Yes.
I bought it on Switch.
Yeah.
And meant to play more of it, and it just sort of fell by the wayside, as many games do on my backlog.
Been a busy year for games.
It has. Didn't Shinchan come out like a year and a half ago or more?
Wait, did it?
It came out at least a year ago, I think.
Oh my gosh, has it been that long?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Last August?
Oh geez, is it really?
I think so.
Okay, well, I mean, I don't disbelieve you.
Yeah.
But
well, the good news is that we had to wait for the summer vacation game to come out. But we won't have to hopefully wait too long for this one, because they have confirmed that Shinchan Shiro of Coal Town will come out overseas, not just in Japan. So no date as of yet. But yes, Micah in the chat confirms August 11th, 2022. It was last summer. Okay. It came out. Yeah.
Yeah, I need to get back to it.
Me too. There's too many games though.
It really is.
So many games.
We're just a couple weeks away from a new Spidey and new Mario.
I know. The march of new games never stops.
Yep.
Speaking of which, Rainbow Cotton is coming out on everything in spring 2024. Rainbow Cotton, of course, a Dreamcast game that was sort of bringing Cotton into the 3D era. Cotton is kind of started as a 2D side-scrolling shoot 'em up.
A cute 'em up.
A cute 'em up. I guess that's a genre now.
Oh yeah, well, cute 'em up's been a genre for a while with like Fantasy Zone and Parodius.
I don't know that we ever in the 90s though we didn't call them cute 'em ups, right? I don't think so. New term, but I like it.
Yeah.
And I like the Cotton games quite a lot.
Oh yeah, they're fun.
They are a lot of fun. Several of them are already available in the West on Switch. They may be on other platforms too.
I believe they came to at least the PlayStation.
Okay.
Yeah.
They are fun little arcade shooters and
Absolutely.
worth playing if you like the idea of if the term cute 'em up does not offend you in any way, you may like the Cotton games.
They're just
So
cute shooters.
cute shooters, yeah.
Yeah.
And shooter in the space shooter sort of
In
way.
the
Although in the
Gradius
Cotton games,
vein.
Cotton, you are a witch riding on
Yes.
a broom.
Yes.
And there's all
Yes.
sorts of magical things. It's not bullets that you're shooting, but magic.
The magic.
Yeah,
It's beautiful.
it is.
I'll get that.
And to round out the not direct or state of play news, I don't know if you saw this. So PS5 got a system update last week, and one of the things that it included was the long requested ability to turn off the beep that the system makes when you power it on or turn it into rest mode.
Yeah.
So when this came out, I immediately went in and turned it off.
Hmm.
Well, now I have a different problem.
Uh-oh.
When I turn the system on and there's no beep, I wonder if it worked. Because I'm pushing the PlayStation Jewel on the controller, and in my mind, I hear beep as soon as I do it.
I gotcha.
But there's no beep. And it's really disconcerting. So actually, I may go in and turn, because one of the other things you can do now is you can set the volume of it. So I may just turn it to like a lower volume instead of the loud volume that it was at before. But yeah, I wanted that beep to go away, and then when it was gone, I missed it.
Oh.
I pined for the beep.
Well, see.
Suddenly.
You don't know what you've got till it's gone.
I know. The beep was right all along.
Yep. Yep.
Oh well. Let's talk about some of the presentations that were that happened last week. First of all, I guess I should ask Phil, did you watch both of these?
Now, which ones are these?
I assume maybe not. Nintendo Direct.
I did watch
Sony
the Nintendo. I watched the State of Play without sound, because I was busy at work, so I had that playing on one of my monitors while I was working on the other monitor. So I didn't have sound, so I was just kind of like, you know what I was doing? I was waiting. I was just glancing over to see if there was any Astrobot, and there wasn't. So the State of Play sucked.
There was no Astrobot.
There's no reason.
When do you think that's gonna happen? Like,
never, I guess, at this point.
I mean, who was it from IGN that started a discourse about PSVR 2 being trash?
Oh, I don't know.
I forget. And I'm paraphrasing, obviously.
Are you though?
In that, no, but there was.
It sounds one of those bait click rage bait kind of things.
It is kind of rage bait. Yeah. I mean, PSVR 2 having no games, etc., and that was like, there had just been a game released. Like,
wait, aren't these the people that Sony's paying to say that Microsoft games are bad? And now they're saying PlayStation games are bad. Who's paying them?
Who is paying who?
Did Microsoft say, like, okay, you know what? Just for that, we're gonna pay you guys now to say something bad about Sony?
That's right.
You think maybe it's Nintendo just
they're pulling all the strings?
Yeah, they're calling. Is this IGN? This is William Gates. I'd like to offer you money to say PlayStation's bad.
No, it was Ryan McCaffrey, as Micah points out in the chat. Yeah, complaining about PSVR 2. And, I can't help but think that that's sort of a prevailing thought amongst so many gamers, that PSVR 2 is kind of quote unquote over or whatever.
Right.
I still enjoy PSVR 2. I don't know about you, Phil.
I don't have a PSVR 2.
Oh, shoot. Well,
you know why? Do you know why, CJ?
Because it doesn't have an Astrobot
The
game.
lack of Astrobot.
Yeah,
CJ.
I could see that.
That's why I
could
keep
see
waiting.
that.
That's every state of play. I got the PS VR2 order page open.
Yep.
All you got to do is say, "We got an Astrobot
Astrobot.
coming," and I will click that buy button.
Yep.
But time after time, disappointment.
Yeah. I guess let's start with the state of play.
Okie
Since we're
dokie.
already talking about it.
True.
Yeah, I mean the only PSVR 2 thing that they showed, I think, was the Ghostbusters game.
There was the Ghostbusters game.
Yeah. And that's also coming out on other platforms, but
Right.
I will probably end up picking it up for
on
PSVR 2 if I do.
It's coming to like Meta
Quest.
What's that thing called now? The Oculus, the Meta? What do they call
Meta
that
Quest?
thing?
Yeah,
It's the Meta Quest. Okay.
Yeah. Quest 2.
I think it's coming to
Just
that.
say Quest 2. That
The
makes
Quest
it easy.
2.
Yeah. So Ghostbusters Rise of the Ghost Lord. It is a cooperative ghost busting game.
Right.
I really like how this looks. So I'll probably end up getting it.
Yeah, it looks like it could be fun.
Looks like a 4-player multiplayer. It's not an asymmetrical game. This is a straight up 4-player ghost busting game. Looks fun. And I'll be getting that. But to me, Sony almost short changes PSVR 2 and they only show like 1 or 2 things per state of play.
Maybe,
and often
maybe it's
they
just
look
me,
so
but
similar.
It kind of feels like they forgot about it.
Oh,
am I wrong?
That makes me sad. That makes me sad. I mean,
am I
you're
wrong
right.
though?
You're not wrong if they're not making first party games for it.
I mean, I don't know.
But we did get. They are doing Resident Evil 4 VR mode.
Oh yeah, that's right. Cool. They did show that, didn't they?
Yeah.
Which
that'll be cool. I mean, I played Resident Evil 4 in VR on the Quest, and it's quite good as well.
Oh yeah.
And this will be better because the visuals will be much better.
Too spooky for me. I'm sure it's going to be great.
The survival horror in VR?
No, thank you.
But you'll play horror games in flat 2D.
Yes, I don't mind that.
But VR, no.
No, thank you. Okay. I don't need to be, because again, we've talked about how I get so easily fooled and sucked into VR that I'd be standing in a room and I'd hear like and I would turn my head around and there'd be some zombie in my face and I would soil myself. I would scream and I'd probably trip over my coffee table or something trying to get away from this thing that can't actually hurt me.
Right.
But my mind thinks that it will.
This was, Resident Evil Village on PSVR 2 was the first time I experienced that kind of thing where it's like, good.
Yeah. No, thank you.
It feels real.
I'm sure it's going to be great.
Sort of thing.
And
yeah, I'm sure it'll be great.
Those who are braver than I, which is most people, have fun, please. But I will not be partaking in that. My ticker is not young enough to be able to withstand such frights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But hey, State of Play kicked off with what I think is maybe the game I'm looking forward to the most besides Spider-Man, and that is Baby Steps.
Okay, so you're going to have to explain this to me because I was listening to this with no sound. So, I wasn't listening to it with no sound. I was watching it with no sound.
Right.
I wasn't listening to it at all. But so I just saw what was happening. And I will say at one point I was like, what the hell am I even looking at? Why are they opening the show with this? And I put some headphones on real quick and all I heard were just, people dropping F-bombs like crazy.
Well, there was that. Yeah.
And I was just like, what is this? So tell me if I'm wrong. This looks like one of those games that has
So, yeah.
deliberately crappy control,
Correct.
like Octodad
Quap.
or Quap or Goat
Yeah. In fact, one
Simulator.
of the developers of this is, I think, the person behind Quap and
Okay.
the game called Getting Over It,
Is that the one where you're in like
which
the big
the
like
mobile game.
is that the one where you're in a like a cauldron and you're like trying to climb a mountain?
I never
There's that
played
a
Getting
different
Over
one?
It. I never played Getting
Okay.
Over It.
But yeah, it looks like
But
one of
yeah,
those
very
games.
similar to that kind of thing, like an
Yeah.
Octodad or a
That no thank
Quap.
you. Not my bag. I
Uh,
I do not get into the
generally,
this game is bad on purpose games. I don't find them fun.
mm, generally, I am also in that boat
Yeah.
when it's something like Quap, but I
Right.
actually finished Octodad.
Oh,
I
really?
actually really liked Octodad quite a bit,
Yeah,
and
I bounced out of Octodad pretty quickly.
yeah, and I think I'm down with this because it
Okay.
kind of looks bizarre and fun, and yeah, I guess you're a 30-something dude in a
Uh-huh.
onesie who gets transported to some kind of uh separate earth. I don't know exactly what it is, but you use your controller to make him walk like a baby. Like he really
And like
has a very stilted
he
way
just
of
doesn't know
walking.
how to walk and he's
Yeah, but
learning how to walk,
this is from the developers of Ape Out.
which I loved.
I love Ape Out also,
Yeah.
and Quap and Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy.
Okay.
And I'm down with it. It looks bizarre, and if, as long as it's not over $20, I think I'm in.
Okay.
Maybe it'll be a PS Plus game. Who knows? Sony
No,
seems
I
to be
mean,
behind it, so maybe it will be.
if I can try it for free, I will certainly try it.
Yeah.
But you know, I loved it. Loved Ape Out.
Mhm.
Didn't love Quap or any of those other
No, I'm not down
types of
with Quap.
games.
Yeah.
I Am Bread, I think, was another one of those games
Uh huh.
where it's like this game is intentionally hard to control.
That
But
can be fun, depending on what it is. That can be interesting, at
see,
least for.
I do
I
not find
generally
that
don't stick with those games, but
right.
I'll try them out for free if they're
Well, see, that's the thing. Those
downloadable.
type of games are an amusing novelty for like 10 minutes, and then it's like,
Like
well,
Goat Simulator.
yes. Haha,
Yeah.
look at this. This is funny. Look at how obnoxious this game is. Look how hard it is to control. Look at
Yeah.
my character ragdolling everywhere.
Yeah. I'm done.
Ragdolling. That is a
Yeah.
word. That's if you ever need to gauge if I'm from the Chicagoland area, ask me to say doll.
Ragdolling.
Yeah.
Say
But
doll. Doll.
but yeah, those games are good for me
Yeah.
for about 10 minutes, and then I'm just like, well, I've gotten everything I need out of this.
I see.
But hey, if you're excited for baby steps, then please
I am excited for
baby it
steps. I
up,
think it
man.
looks good. I thought this presentation overall was good. Probably better put together than a lot of their other state of plays. I liked that it was hosted by a real person,
Yeah.
Sean Benson from PlayStation, who's an awesome person just in general, hosted it. And I thought that was good. Like, put a face behind PlayStation and
Yeah.
actually host an event like this. And um, I thought the selection of games were good, even though maybe they're not so much things that are that exciting to me. But I was excited about the Deep Earth collection, the colors of
Oh,
PlayStation
yeah.
game, like faceplates and
Right, right.
controllers. A metallic blue. So they have a metallic red, a metallic
Yeah.
white, and a metallic blue, and I'm all about the blue, I think.
Are you gonna get it?
Uh the controller at least. I don't know. I
Okay.
don't really care about the console covers.
I do. I did get the purple when they came out with the purple.
Yeah.
I did
You
get the
have a
purple
purple cover?
faceplate. Oh, I got the
Console
purple cover and the
Okay.
purple controller.
Okay, yeah, I like the purple controller and I like the blue, so maybe I'll go blue. I'll probably go blue.
You know what they
But
need?
but
I mean, I love me some purple, and I love me some purple technology.
yeah,
So you're going to be hard pressed to get me to leave my purple PS5 behind. But
if they do an Astrobot cover, you'll
no,
get that.
well, maybe. But what I was thinking, and I'm
Uh-huh.
just talking solid colors here, if they did
Oh,
a Sakura pink one. Remember the
I
Sakura
could see
pink
that.
PS2
I
that came
do
out in
remember.
Japan,
Yeah. Yeah.
which I bought, which I
Almost
still have my Sakura pink PS2.
excellent.
For those who are not familiar with the Sakura pink PS2, first of all, look it up because words cannot describe its beauty.
Mm,
But it's this kind of deep, slightly dark pink. It's not like Barbie pink. It's not Hello Kitty pink. It's
yeah.
kind of a muted dark pink. It's metallic. It has
Yeah.
this gorgeous shimmery sheen, and it looks amazing. And holy cow, if they did a PS5 faceplate in
Ah,
that, forget it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I have my PS5 behind my television, so I don't really care what it looks like
Oh,
for console covers.
terrible.
But
Why even put a faceplate on there? Just rip it off.
I'll just leave the white, leave
Yeah.
the console cover as it is.
Okay.
Hey, we also got some more info on Spider-Man 2. That it's an
Which
expanded map.
I'm going to be honest with you.
What's that?
I when I saw that come on, I
Turned it
turned
off?
away. I don't want to see it.
Yeah, I kind of don't either. I'm ready to
Yeah.
play the game. I'm
You
excited
already
about it.
sold me on it.
Yeah, I'm sold on it. I'm ready to play it. Don't need to see anymore, but I may end up springing for the digital deluxe edition because it gets you early access to quite a few suits. I think one of them is a tokusatsu suit, and I
Oh
was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
you know what?
What's that?
I want to play Spider-Man 2 with the tokusatsu skin. So Insomniac, you may just have gotten me to buy in.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So if you buy the digital deluxe edition, you get 10 suits,
Yeah.
and one of those is a tokusatsu suit for Miles.
Let me Oh yeah, oh that's a pretty cool looking suit.
And it looks pretty great. Actually, all the suits that are in the digital deluxe look pretty darn great. And there's
Yeah.
also a pre-order bonus for like 2 uh unlock suits anyway. So
Okay.
think I've, I think they're gonna make me buy the digital deluxe just based off of that.
Very nice.
Yeah,
I'm I'm one of those people who tends to play through with the
with the
default
default.
suits. Yeah.
Apparently, there are over 65 suits in
Holy
this
crap.
one.
That's a lot of suits.
That's a lot of suits. Yeah, so I switched it up fairly often in both games.
Really.
So yeah,
Once I do
I like the gimmick suits. What can I
eh,
say?
well, you know what? When I for Spider-Man for the Miles Morales game, once I hit the new game plus bit when I was going back
Yeah,
mopping up uh different goals and stuff, then I started busting out the different suits. But
yeah,
yeah, playing through the main story, I wanted just the regular boring ones.
I see.
Yeah. But hey,
Well,
I'm glad you're excited.
I'm so excited about this game.
I am too, of course. My goodness.
And it was great to hear Brian Intihar
Yeah.
doing
I saw
the voiceover during the state of play talking about the game. Very
yeah,
excited.
well, yeah, I saw his name pop up, so I was just like, oh,
Yeah.
hooray. It's always a treat.
That's right.
Always a treat when
Indeed.
Brian's out and about.
Indeed. Hey, we worked with that guy.
We did.
Yeah. Alrighty. Let's talk Nintendo Direct
Okie
here,
dokie.
and I'm going to cut straight to the chase on this
Okay.
one. Let's talk F-Zero 99.
Oh, that's the chase?
Is it?
I guess so.
That was my favorite announcement
okay.
of the
Okay.
Direct.
Okay.
I guess. I don't know if it was yours, but
You know what? I recognize F-Zero as being a big name Super Nintendo game.
yeah.
I enjoyed F-Zero. I
Yeah.
enjoyed the GBA version. I enjoyed F-Zero X
Yeah.
on the N64, but I am not like a big diehard F-Zero guy.
Yeah, so maybe I should rewind. Like
Okay.
F-Zero X got announced and I was like, "Oh, that's cool." I tried it and now I'm like F-Zero X is awesome. Personally, like I got a Super Nintendo a bit late.
Uh-huh.
And I was not into the original F-Zero pretty much at
Mm-hmm.
all. I was into F-Zero X for the N64 and GX eh,
That one was too difficult
eh,
for its own good. That was a
yeah.
tough game.
It's a tough game. Yeah, even though it looks great and it's super
Oh yeah.
fast.
Yeah.
Uh but this F-Zero 99 I think turned out great. I really really like it. I know Greg does not
Yeah, see, and
like it.
admittedly, I have not played much of it. I loaded it up and they force you into like kind of tutorials,
Yeah, which is good,
which
actually.
is it
It's
though? I mean,
probably
like
good.
what? Because it was like, okay, now we're gonna have a race with like 10 people
25.
or something, and like now you're gonna have a race with 50 people.
And then 99, but
Yeah.
they're all computer controlled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't really understand the point of working you up to like more and more racers.
Well, here's the thing. You look at any of those screenshots of it and it looks crazy. It looks like there's
Yeah.
so much chaos happening on the screen.
Is it
Like if
just
you
to ease
tried
you
to
into it?
teach somebody what's going on during
Yeah.
that, it might be a little difficult.
Yeah, I could see
And
that.
even with the tutorials that they have you do, I found a lot of information on like the loading screens. So it was actually kind of important
Oh, okay.
information. So
Okay.
and even from just watching other people play it on stream, learned a lot that was maybe not in those initial races.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, but I think this is a great idea, like bringing back an old Super Nintendo franchise that can be given the 99 treatment like this. I know a lot of people are pining for a new F-Zero. I
Yeah.
think this is a nice way of maybe reintroducing it to people because I think like the younger generation probably only knows F-Zero from Smash
Oh, yeah.
and nothing else.
Absolutely. It's Captain
So,
Falcon's just a Smash Brothers character.
I mean, F-Zero GX was 20 years ago,
Yeah.
right? So, yeah, that's
Yeah.
quite a while ago.
Yeah.
So yeah, they got to reintroduce it somehow. But I like what they did with everything. I think the graphics look great. It's one
Oh,
of
yeah. It
those
looks really
situations
nice.
again where it's like it looks like you remember it. And
Yeah.
I did load up the old F-Zero through the NSO Super Nintendo app, and yeah, it does not look great.
Oh.
But F-Zero 99 does look
The
great.
mode 7 is not doesn't hold up
Mode,
as well as you'd hope.
no,
Uh
no. But hey, happy to have another 99 game free on NSO. Pac-Man 99 is going away if you haven't bought it
oh, is
very
that right?
soon. So yeah,
Oh,
I did buy it, so I'll still have it, but
yes.
otherwise it is going away
Oh my
soon.
goodness.
Luigi's Mansion 2 HD. Very excited about this. Of course, they had
Yep.
announced it before, although it's coming out next summer, which is like a kind of a ridiculous wait
Oh,
for what is ostensibly a remake of a 3DS game. Like I feel like
right.
that's quite a ways out, but I'm very excited about it because Luigi's Mansion 2 Dark Moon is one of my favorite games on 3DS.
It was a good game.
So I can't wait for that to be on Switch. I wish they'd remake the original Luigi's Mansion because not a whole lot of people played that in it originally, and they did remake it on 3DS, but by that time the 3DS was like
Ugh,
on its way out.
yeah,
So
that is true.
other remakes, this one you'll be interested in, Phil. I know
What's
you're
that?
interested in this one. Mario versus Donkey Kong.
Oh, right. Yes.
This is a remake of the GBA game that
It's
came
so
out
weird.
in 2004, and that game itself was technically a sequel to Donkey Kong 94, right?
That is true, or at least kind of a weird offshoot of it.
It has similar gameplay
Yes.
for sure.
Yes.
I think a lot of people think that Donkey Kong 94 was like just the original Donkey Kong and
Do
like
people
didn't
think
have
that?
I think so. I think there are people that think that Donkey Kong for Game Boy wasn't well, yeah, I think they think it was just the arcade game and not the extended game that
Yeah,
it
because it's
becomes.
very much. I mean, that was kind of the gimmick. That was the hook of it. Was it starts off as
Starts
just
off
a
like the arcade
port of
game.
the old arcade game, but then once you quote unquote defeat it, once you get through all the stages, then it's like, oh, there's actually like 100 more levels or something like that,
Yeah.
and it was quite good.
And it is
It was
good. Yes.
incredibly good, actually.
And I can't even believe that it's not on NSO yet.
Oh, it's not.
No.
Oh, get on that,
It's
Nintendo! My
not on
gosh,
NSO.
why you
Yeah,
holding that back?
I know. Maybe it'll come out before Mario versus Donkey Kong comes out.
Yeah, I hope so. My
But anyway,
gosh.
yeah, this is an updated version of the original. It's going to have co-op where you can play with a toad
Yeah.
as well. So yeah, it looks pretty great. This is where those mini Mario toys were
Yeah, the little
introduced,
wind
right?
up. Yeah, the
Yeah,
little.
which then became the whole series, pretty
Yeah, and
much.
that's when it kind of shifted over into like kind of like a Lemmings style.
It was just not as fun,
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Yeah,
But this looks really nice. It looks very
it
pretty.
does. It does look very pretty.
Oh,
I'll be buying that. It
yeah,
comes
I'll
out
play
in
that.
on February 16th, 2024. So I'll be playing
Yes.
that too. We got some more information on Mario RPG, including
Yep.
like after you finish the game, there's sort of a boss mode that you can play through. But yeah, I'm still excited about Mario RPG. I'm kind of surprised they didn't announce a demo for this.
Oh, yeah.
That would have been nice. But
When's that? Is that November?
November 17th.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I think I've mentioned on the show I've never played the original Mario RPG, so
That's right. You didn't, did you?
this will be the first time through
Oh,
with that.
it's a good game.
I have heard that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have heard that from many people.
Yes.
And then kind of on the Mario RPG tip, the last game announced during the direct was Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door is coming to Switch in the summer of 2024.
That was the last game announced?
That was the final game announced in the Nintendo Direct, yeah. Right?
Not like the. Oh, I guess the Princess Peach game had been announced,
Princess Peach game had been
but they showed us something about it for the first time.
they did, yes. You want to talk
Yes.
about the Princess Peach game? You excited
Well,
about it?
well, let's talk about Paper Mario because that GameCube Paper Mario is the best Paper Mario,
Yeah.
and I am
I think a
delighted,
lot of people
delighted,
think that.
delighted that it is finally getting a re-release
Yeah.
because it deserves one,
It certainly does.
and because I haven't played that game since the GameCube days, so it's going to be a treat to play it again.
Me too. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm excited about it.
Very excited.
And it looks like they have done some nice touch-ups to the graphics too. Like it
Oh, yeah.
already looked really good on
Yeah.
GameCube,
It did.
but it looks like they've made it look even better on the Switch.
Yup.
So
Yes,
I'm
they
down with
did.
that. Yeah.
And the Peach game looks great.
Peach game looks great too. Yeah. It looks interesting.
Oh, you sound not terribly enthused.
I don't know. Like
Yeah?
it came off to me like a sort of, I mean, it's obviously a side game, but it's maybe like a Kirby's Epic Yarn or Yoshi's Crafted World type easier platformer. I don't know. Looks
Okay.
okay.
Okay. Okay.
Curious about it, but I'll probably wait for reviews on that one.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm surprised.
Yeah.
I'm surprised and disheartened, if I'm being honest.
Disheartened.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
no. I mean, if it's good, I'll play it.
Okay.
The visuals look good, and all of
It
the
does.
powers for Peach look awesome. The sword
Got all those.
fighter and
She's got those cool suits.
the
Those
cool
cool
suits.
outfits.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
She's got
Yeah.
like Kung Fu Peach.
Yep.
Come on.
Yep.
I don't know. I'm excited for the Peach game.
I think it'll be fun. Yeah.
Yes. Are you wearing a shirt with a dabbing skeleton on it?
Yes.
You just leaned back a little bit and I caught a. That's a dabbing pirate skeleton.
It is. That's right.
I appreciate it.
As well, you should.
How much? Because we do this show every week.
Yeah.
And I catch you in a lot of pirate themed outfits. How much of your wardrobe now is pirate themed?
A fair amount of it.
Okay.
Fair amount.
Okay.
Yeah.
I noticed the other day that I have a disproportionate amount of like kaiju themed shirts now.
Okay.
I've been getting a lot of like Godzilla shirts and stuff. So
I think pirate shirts it's probably a good 60%.
Okay, yeah, no, that's probably where I am with
with
Godzilla shirts at this point. So
yeah,
that's okay. Although today, you see, I have a Hawaiian shirt on today.
Yeah.
Okay. I have.
Kaiju.
No. This is just a plain old Hawaiian shirt.
Okay.
But you know what it was? A couple weeks ago I had my Ultraman.
Yeah.
But we're gonna count that under the kaiju category. I had my Ultraman Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah.
Which I picked up in Hawaii.
Mm-hmm.
And I realized, boy, it's a very comfortable shirt. It looked good on me. So I took the plunge. I'm making the transition to becoming a guy who just wears Hawaiian shirts.
Excellent.
I ordered a few more from that place I got the Ultraman one from.
Yeah.
So I'm on my way.
You're decked out. You're gonna have a uniform.
Some have argued that I was always there in spirit, if not in practice, as guy in Hawaiian shirt. So I'm just embracing that which we knew to be true.
I see. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, listener Steven in the chat asks, has CJ always been into pirates, or was it just Sea of Thieves that got him interested? Just Sea of Thieves.
You know what? I'm going to disagree with that.
Why is that?
Because I remember you talking up High Seas Havoc back in the day. For the Sega Genesis.
I do love High Seas Havoc, but I don't have any High Seas Havoc wear that I'm.
Well, no, that's because there's no High Sea Havoc merchandise or clothing options.
There's not. Yeah, you're right.
I think this was always in there, and you just finally got an outlet.
It just took Sea of Thieves to expose.
Yeah, it was just now you had a place to direct that enthusiasm.
Well, that could be.
Yeah. So. But Peach looks good. I'm excited about Peach. I'm very excited about Thousand Year Door.
Yeah.
What else do we have? What else was Nintendo showing?
Well, what do you think about? We won't go down the whole list.
Okay.
What about the Contra game that is by Way Forward?
What did you think I'll say this. I quite enjoyed Way Forward's previous Contra game.
Yeah.
Which was Contra 4 on the Nintendo DS.
Yes.
Which was what? 15 20 years ago? It was a while ago.
Yeah.
I mean, it was not 3DS. It was the original DS, yes?
Original DS.
Yeah. So I'm excited about it. I do love me some Contra. And they did a great job with Contra 4. Although I did see I didn't think this at the time when I first saw it, but I saw Bill Mudron, good friend Bill Mudron, pointing out that the Way Forward Contra game kind of looks like an old Xbox Live Arcade game,
Yeah.
just like the graphic style of it, which
It doesn't look great, right?
I saw him post that, and then I went back and looked at it, and I was like, oh God, he's right.
It
It
doesn't
totally
look great.
it totally looks like an old like Xbox Live Arcade game.
Yeah, and I don't know
So,
if it was just the stream that I was watching, but the frame rate did not look consistent.
oh really?
Like, it did not really look great.
Well,
So, yeah, I
I'm
don't know.
I'm willing to give the benefit of the doubt because I like Way Forward's output. I like their
Same.
games.
Same.
And
They
again,
can make a good game. They
absolutely.
have proven themselves.
They've made several great games,
Yep.
and they did a good Contra game.
They have done a good Contra game.
Granted, it's been a minute, but
Yeah.
I mean, was that the? No, that wasn't the most recent Contra game. There was that.
No.
There was that other Contra game that
Well,
had a.
you mean the 3D one, the kind of
Yeah.
top-down looking thing that gets added to PS Plus, the PS Plus game catalog this
Oh, does it really?
a week or next? Yeah.
Oh man.
And that looked terrible.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
but their Contra 4 game was quite good.
Yeah. So
So
maybe this will be good.
I don't know. I'm holding out hope. I really want it to be good.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Well, we got a trailer for Tomb Raider 1, 2, and 3 remake that comes out in February.
Is Greg excited about that? Greg likes the old...
I know. That's a question for Greg.
And
unfortunately, he's not here.
Yeah.
For I know
never
he loves
got
those
into
games.
I never got into the Tomb Raider games.
Me neither. And part of it was I thought they controlled horribly. It was a time when we had I think Tomb Raider might have been right before or right during the same time as Mario 64 came out, but it was before analog control for 3D movement. So you had kind of a tank control sort of thing going with Lara Croft, at least in the first game. And I never thought those were too much fun. But I don't know. Like, I never thought they were as great as so many other people did back in the day. But this is only like $30 for 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's super pricey or anything. It kind of the remade graphics, if they also remake the controls, it might be worth playing. I don't know. Either that or real 3D control will completely break the game. We'll see.
Yeah.
But they announced Dave the Diver is coming to Switch in October, and there's a demo available right now, and pre-orders are up. I love Dave the Diver. I played it on Steam Deck. I think it's awesome.
I need to download that demo and give it a go.
You do. I think it's a great game.
Because I've heard lots of good things about it.
A little bit fishing, a little bit sushi restaurant management, a little bit farming simulator, a little bit of everything. It's pretty fun.
All right.
Yeah, we got well, I guess the direct opened with the Splatoon 3 side order information, which kind of looks like it.
I glazed over on this, I will admit.
Yeah.
So what is this? What is this, just DLC or?
It's part of the DLC. Yeah.
Okay.
It is a new mode for the game, and all they had shown off before was like this sort of white environment. And apparently it's sort of a roguelite type game where you are working your way up a tower, up a challenge tower, basically, and defeating waves of enemies. So looks like it could be interesting. It's part of the DLC that's already out. So if you bought the Splatoon 3 DLC, which I did, then you get side order when that comes out. And that's not coming out to spring. So kind of another long wait. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I was kind of amazed by how many things are like so far off in this direct. Like usually the fall direct, they announce like some stuff for winter and maybe up until like February, but we got a lot of things that are like not until later in 2024. Oh well. Um but yeah, and then I didn't play this back on the DS, but Trace Memory, that
I
game.
do. I also did not
Uh,
play it.
I did not play it. It's from the developers of Hotel Dusk, and they put
Another
out.
game I didn't play.
I did play Hotel Dusk, and
Oh yeah.
that's quite a fun game.
Oh good.
But Trace Memory came out for the DS in North America, and then there was a sequel that came out on the Wii in Japan and Europe.
Mm-hmm.
And we never got the Wii sequel, but it is coming out as a package. Both titles, a remake of the DS game and the Wii game, another code recollection for Switch
Yeah.
in January. So that looks kind of fun. It's a sort of like a graphic adventure,
Yeah.
puzzle solving, visual novel-y
I've
kind of
heard
game.
not but good things about it. So.
Me too. Yeah, and I actually thought maybe my daughter would be interested in this, and
Oh
she
yeah.
said she would be.
Nice.
So, because she
Yeah, I
likes the
will.
sort of visual novel mystery thing.
Yeah, I'll give this a play.
Yeah. So anyway,
You know.
that was a long journey through the the two presentations that happened last week, but we didn't cover everything for both. But I
Right.
think we covered all the things that we would actually have something to talk about during. Was there
Probably.
anything I missed that you can think of there, Phil?
Not that I remember. Other
Okay.
than
No. Are you
you
down with foam stars? Are you into that?
I mean,
Square
I love a good foam party as
Square
much as the
Enix
next person.
sort
But
of hero-based Splatoon game.
I mean it's
I'm curious about.
it's
I'll play the
Splatoon.
beta of that. But
Oh, Nameda's going on about Unicron Overlord.
Unicorn Overlord, which
Yeah.
is the Vanillaware game, which
Yes.
yeah, but we're not the audience for those. I
I've
don't think
I've never gotten into a vanilla. Is it Vanillaware?
Vanillaware. Yeah,
Yeah, I've tried a couple Vanillaware games, never gotten into them.
yeah.
They look pretty. They always look very pretty.
Hmm.
But I can't get into. I just never got into them.
I see.
I'm sorry.
No need to be sorry.
You know.
You don't need to like every video game that has ever come out, Phil.
I should though.
This isn't what that is. Well, I guess we're done talking about news, so we're gonna move on into what you've been playing. Phil,
Yes.
why don't you tell me about what you have been playing?
Well, not a lot. I can tell you that much.
Yeah.
Because my time has been spent solely traveling the universe in Starfield. That I just haven't had the time.
I don't believe you.
That's not true. Boy, I have not felt
You haven't
compelled to
come
go back to Starfield. I'm so sorry. I'm glad you love it. I'm glad you enjoyed it. But I can't.
I do enjoy it. Yeah.
I
I'm
haven't.
continuing to enjoy it.
Good. I'm very glad you are.
Yeah.
But I haven't no, you know what though? I haven't played much this week. Because
You've been
I
busy.
was busy. I don't know if you knew this, CJ.
Uh-huh.
A recent one of the best selling Nintendo Switch titles of all time.
Yeah.
Recently released some new downloadable content.
Yes.
And I've been playing
have heard of that.
I've been playing a lot of that lately.
Gotcha. Well, I can understand that.
For work, you might.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've been playing a lot of that lately. But I'll tell you what I have been playing that I am able to talk about.
Sure.
Is speaking of Jupiter, 45 minutes
Makers of
ago when we were
Picross.
speaking about Jupiter, the good folks who brought us Picross E and Picross S. Do you know they made a game for the personal computer? It's available on Valve's Steam service,
which is 20 years old.
Oh yeah, that's right. They're having their 20th anniversary sale right now, aren't they?
I know, isn't that crazy?
That is really nuts.
Yeah.
Did you see? And I learned this because of that sale. Do you know what the first non-Valve game to appear on the Steam service is?
I don't think I do know that. No.
The very first game to appear on Steam that was not by Valve was Ragdoll Kung Fu.
All right.
So there you go. I think you can go buy it for $1 on Steam.
Nice.
If you want. Well, is it?
I guess.
I mean, it's not expensive, but are you going to play it?
I wouldn't.
You're not going to play it.
Yeah.
So Jupiter has a new game on Steam. It's in early access.
Yeah.
And I know
for some reason, I'm not sure. Not sure why.
Well, we'll get to that.
Okay.
We'll get to that.
Okay.
Not that there's like anything crazy. It's nothing crazy, but
it's
after dipping my toes into the whole early access thing with Rogue Legacy 2, and not being a fan of it, and I had told myself I'm not going to do early access games again.
You went ahead and broke your rule.
But then Jupiter is like,
oops,
hey,
we did it again.
We got a Picross game. It's in early access, and I was like, crap. Okay.
You have to.
So I did. This new game of theirs, it is a Picross game in everything but name. Because I believe Nintendo owns the name Picross.
That is correct.
Yes, because that style of puzzle is a nanograms, something like that.
Nanograms or pictograms.
I think that is the actual name for that type of puzzle. Yeah, that we know as Picross. But Nintendo owns the name Picross, so they can't use the name Picross. So this game is called Logi Art Grimoire. Logi Art, like logic and art. You're creating art through a logic puzzle.
There you go.
You get it? So it's Logi Art Grimoire, and it is a Picross game. It is a Jupiter Picross game, and it feels like a Jupiter Picross game, which is good because they are the only people who make good Picross video games.
That's right.
And it is very much in early access.
Which is weird because from the Picross side of things, they have refined that gameplay down to a shine. Like,
yes.
There's no early access part about that mechanic.
That is why I was like, well, I'll go ahead and get it, even though it's an early access. How rough can it be? These people have.
Well, they're not going to screw up that part of the game, right? There's no way.
They've refined this process over the years. They know what they're doing.
Yes.
It's still a little early. There are chunks of text that are just random characters, like someone just kind of went, filling in garbage text on their keyboards.
Like maybe that's the English translation. Like they forgot to put the English in.
The music in the game is all taken from the Picross S games. Like it's all like reused music from the Switch Picross games.
Oh,
which I'm assuming those are just temporary tracks.
I would assume so too. Yeah.
Right? So it does feel a little, this is a beta version.
That feels strange.
It's a little weird. Like,
what are they doing?
It doesn't have support for controllers yet. You have to keyboard and mouse it, which I mean, for a Picross game, that's not bad.
No, well, this is maybe a personal thing.
Yeah.
But because the Steam Deck exists,
right?
I really dislike when a new game comes out on Steam that doesn't have full controller support.
That's true.
Why the heck would you not do it and support the Steam Deck? Like, why?
It says that
even
controller
in
support
early access, I don't care.
Is going to be put in, but yeah, for right now, it's just keyboard and mouse. Um,
There have been a few examples of early access games recently that have come out
oh
that
really?
don't have full controller support. And it's like,
Ugh,
why?
that's too bad.
Yeah.
But whatever the case is, so it's Picross. It's very much just a Picross game. This
Yep.
one they do a little gimmick with it though to
Uh-huh.
sort of expand the gameplay. So
Yep.
it's got like this kind of magical premise. Like there's a
Like an
little
RPG on top of
kind
it.
of sort of,
Yeah.
but it's more about like it's more about like crafting, like magic spells. So
Okay.
so there's a little wizard character, a little it's like it's Orko. There's a little Orko. There's a
Okay.
fake
Little
Orko
Orco.
who is
Okay.
like the mascot of the game.
Or Vivi from Final Fantasy.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And you start off with like these simple puzzles, the little like 5x5 puzzles. And then the puzzles you're creating stuff like, oh, this is a tree, or this is the wind, or this is water. And then once you start getting into like some of the more difficult puzzles, you have to unlock the puzzles first by solving riddles. Like there are kind of clues, like you're reading a magic book and it says like, oh, if energy comes down and strikes something that grows, a new element emerges. And then you have to look through what puzzles you've solved. And it's like, oh, I solved a puzzle that was lightning earlier. And oh, I solved a puzzle that's a tree. That's a thing that grows from the ground. And so you select those two puzzles and then you click, like a fusion button. And if you've picked the correct ingredients from previous puzzles that you've solved, then you unlock a new puzzle.
Okay.
And then you solve that puzzle, and then that becomes a new potential ingredient to unlock future puzzles. You get what I'm saying?
I do.
Yeah, so
Get
this
it.
is just kind of a cute little way to unlock new puzzles. And if you happen to fuse the incorrect clues, then the magic spell gets bungled and it creates a kind of a messed up puzzle, and you can solve it. And it's like it looks like the solution, the solved puzzle looks like a very crude like children's drawing of a monster or something like that. And the idea is that it's the little Orko fellow is like, that's one of his puzzles that he created, and it's an incompetent puzzle because he's a little beginning wizard or whatever. I don't know what it is, but it's kind of a cute little gag on, you solved it incorrectly, but you still get to do a silly puzzle, and it's cute and funny. So it's fun. I mean, and it plays like a Jupiter Picross game, which means it's good. So I guess they're just starting to branch out now to do their Logi Art series outside of Nintendo systems. So
I think that's good overall. Like,
yeah,
I'm happy if they are able to escape that Nintendo ecosystem with these games that I think are great puzzle games and should
yeah,
be enjoyed by other platforms.
yeah. I mean, your boy loves Picross S and Picross E and all the other
Yeah,
Picross variants they've made. But yeah, everyone should get to play
absolutely.
Jupiter's fantastic.
And it does seem like this is sort of the second or maybe third time they've done this kind of thing where they've done a Picross game outside of the norm that introduces like gimmick mechanics. It's like they did
Right.
that. I forget what the name of it was on
That
Switch very recently.
Picross X?
Yeah, Picross X. Yeah.
Which I didn't that one didn't work for me.
I thought it was a pretty cool gimmick, but
No.
ultimately it's just not as approachable.
Yeah. This one
chill.
this one was a little more fun just because, you are, using the things that you've created, the puzzles you've solved in order to do other things. So
Well, that's good.
Yeah. But that's really all I've been playing.
I see.
So what about you?
Well, Phil,
Mm-hmm.
I have been playing Starfield.
Of course you have.
I finished Starfield. Well, rather,
Ooh.
I rolled credits the first time on Starfield. And then I went immediately back in
Oh,
to the Starfield
all right.
and started anew. Because my first playthrough, I tried to stick mostly with the main Constellation quest.
Yeah.
And then I also did the Freestar Collective, the Freestar Rangers quest, and kind of focused on those two as my like main quest line through the main game. So I did that and then finished the game, and now I'm on the new game plus portion and starting anew, and you can do a lot of things with that new game plus. It's kind of a spoilery territory to talk
I don't
about it.
mind.
You don't mind, maybe other
I don't
people
mind.
will,
Skip
but
ahead
in
a
essence,
minute or two, people.
no,
If you
you don't have to skip ahead. I don't think I'll
okay.
spoil too much, but
Okay.
you when you do new game plus, you can choose to skip or not skip the main constellation quests.
Oh, okay.
So, and I chose to skip those, but ended up doing the UC, and now I'm doing the Crimson Fleet quests. So I'm doing like the factions that I didn't do the first time around.
Oh, okay.
And the first part of the UC quests, it actually like this huge quest line that involves taking down these terror morph aliens
Yeah.
that is super cool and super long as well. Like I'm still doing stuff for that quest now, probably 10 to 15 hours later.
Jeez.
Yeah, and it's incredibly cool. And I'm kind of appreciating because once you do New Game Plus, you get a different ship that doesn't have as many of the drawbacks as your initial ship did
Yeah.
in Starfield. You still get the default ship, but then you get a new ship, and you can travel long distances with that. And you get a new suit that has really high stats, and so you can run around and boost to your heart's content. And movement is really, really quite nice. So when I first started New Game Plus and I decided to skip the main quest, I was like, you know what? I really liked the guns that I had in my first playthrough and the ships that I had. Maybe I'll go back, load up that save from my like right at the end, and just continue on from where I was without doing the final thing.
Hmm.
But I don't know. I'm having too much fun now in New Game Plus, so I'm not going back, I think. But yeah, I'm still having fun with it. There are so many quests that I missed the first time out that are actually like really long and involved and fun and have interesting story, like narrative points to them and different gameplay mechanics almost too.
Hmm.
So I'm having a lot of fun with Starfield
Well,
still.
good.
Yeah, yeah. I understand why some people would not, but I am having fun with it still. I also started Skyrim
Yeah.
because I was having so much darn fun with Starfield. That I was like, you know what? Maybe I should go back and play Skyrim. And so I started Skyrim, and I don't know. I think the reason I avoided playing any of the Elder Scrolls games before was I really don't like the Western fantasy CRPG style, right?
Right.
Like I'm just not a fan of the earth tones, dingy fantasy. Like it's just not my thing.
I have the same issues.
I like cartoony, vibrant fantasy. If you want to do a game like that, I'm all in.
Right.
Anything The computer RPGs just I never liked them, and that style doesn't appeal to me at all. So,
Hey, speaking of, real quick, sidebar.
are you talking about Wizardry?
I'm talking about Wizardry.
Yeah.
You see that?
Digital
What do you-
Eclipse remade. They released an early access game, another
Another
early
early
access game for you,
access.
Phil.
Yep.
Uh, yeah, to Steam. It's a remake of Wizardry.
Yep.
Yeah,
Which, obviously, Wizardry, hugely important game
very influential.
in the history of video games. So that's great.
Yeah.
It's, I guess there was like some sort of legal something's going on that prevented it from being re-released or
Oh,
something.
really? Oh,
I may be wrong. I may be
possible.
wrong, but it sounded like there was some sort of brouhaha behind it, making this kind of a big deal that, hey,
It is
Wizardry's
possible,
back.
although many Wizardry games have come out in Japan
Right.
over the years that we never get in the US.
Yes.
Maybe
But
for that exact same reason.
this one, this doesn't have its the the sort of behind the scenes stuff that we've suddenly become accustomed to with Digital Eclipse's
Right.
re-releases of classic games, which is kind of a bummer because, for all the reasons you were talking about,
Mhm.
the aesthetics and things like that, despite Wizardry's obvious importance
Yeah.
in video game history, I'm not terribly interested in it. But if it was presented in that kind of interactive documentary style that they've been so great at, I would be
Yeah.
way more interested in it.
I feel exactly the same way about
Okay.
that. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I never played Wizardry back in the day.
Same here.
And again, computer RPGs are just one of those things that I have absolutely no interest.
Right.
I might even say I have negative interest in CRPGs made before the year 2000. Right?
Right.
Like just yeah. Uh but if there was a historical context to it, I could get behind that
Yeah.
for sure.
But sadly,
But
no. But who
well,
knows?
okay.
Who knows? But
But
anyway, Skyrim.
Skyrim, yeah, I'm playing more of that, and there's apparently I don't know actually because I've never played Skyrim. There's no map. Like I don't
Oh,
have a map in Skyrim. I have a
I don't know.
there's a compass on the top of the screen that has icons on it, very
Mm-hmm.
similar to Fallout, how Fallout does things.
Yeah.
And but I don't have a map, and it's really kind of messing me up.
Hmm.
Because yes, okay, like you turn the direction and you see the icon for your quest is north, and generally want to just beeline it north.
Yeah.
Then, and I don't know if I have to go around a mountain to actually get to the place. I don't know how far that thing is at all. Like it just
Hmm.
is messing with me a bit, but I'll continue playing it because Skyrim, again, a very influential game in many ways. Is there a map in Skyrim? Mike in the chat is saying there's a map in Skyrim. Maybe I just
Oh.
don't have it yet. I don't know. but I'm at the beginning of the game. I just got through the initial quest where they kind of let you loose, and I mean, I'm enjoying it so far. So,
Yeah.
especially once I found the third person button, because I
Hmm.
get incredibly sick
Yeah.
in Bethesda RPGs when I play in first person.
Yeah.
So, yeah, including Starfield. But yeah, playing a little bit, dabbling with Skyrim.
Okay. What
Yeah,
are you playing
without a map.
Skyrim on?
I'm playing it on Xbox because it's a Game Pass game.
Oh, okay.
So I don't have to pay anything more for it. I
Right.
automatically have it. So
Okay.
yeah, I'm trying that out. I played a bunch of F-Zero 99
Oh, yes.
as well using this thing, which is the Super Nintendo wireless
Yes.
controller for the Nintendo Switch Entertainment System.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, it's awesome. It's an awesome controller in general,
It is.
and it's excellent for F-Zero 99. Uh, I'm having a lot of fun with F-Zero 99. I'm not really playing it too seriously. I think I'm getting my head around the gameplay. Like, it is a very chaotic mess of a racing game, and I think that may be why Greg doesn't like it.
Mm.
Is the strategy is not so much racing strategy as it is arcade style racing game strategy.
Yeah, this is what I'm less curious to hear about why you like it, and I'm more curious to hear why Greg doesn't.
Exactly.
I'm
Me
not saying I would
too.
agree with Greg, because the little bit I've played, I was like, well, this seems solid enough.
Yeah.
It seems good, but
Yeah.
I want to know why Greg's so cranky about it.
I think it's because it's too chaotic.
Really?
And you can't, like, you get shoved out of the way. You're trying to maintain a perfect racing line around the tracks. You
Right.
get shoved so easily.
Ah,
I think that is why. See, I'm all about that type of
right.
racing.
Right.
In any racing game, like, I will yeah,
Now,
that's
see,
my
because I
style.
have been
Hitting people
to
out of the way.
concerts with you too, and Greg is always very much a I'm going to stand here and pay attention to the show, and you have always been the first one into the mosh pit.
Well, no.
You know, I get it. I get it.
No,
CJ is
only
like,
when it's
I
a
got to
They Might Be
start bumping
Giants
into
show.
people. Stat.
Only when it's They Might Be Giants.
What? Big. They Might
Many a
Be
mosh
Giant shows
pit.
famous for their mosh pits.
I
Oh,
know.
here comes Particle Man. Time to start ramming into people.
Did I tell you my mosh pit? They might be Giants mosh pit story.
I don't know if you have.
Well, let me go into it.
Please do.
So, you know those summer music festivals that radio stations would often have? Like in Chicago, that was Q101 had like a
Q101.
festival.
Yes.
Yeah, when that was a thing.
The alternate music.
The alternative station
The
in
alt
Chicago.
rock. Q101.
Q101.
Out of Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they would do something at the World Music Theater.
Okay.
Anyway, I went to with our friend, our mutual friend Mike.
Right.
Not the friend Mike who's in the
not your
chat
best
right
friend
now,
Mike
not
from
Greg's
Canada.
friend Mike, different
No.
friend Mike.
Right.
Yeah, and he was also a fan of They Might Be Giants, and so we went, and They Might Be Giants was playing one of these radio shows, one of these summer festivals.
Right.
And the crowd at this festival was not your typical They Might Be Giants concert going crowd. They were much
So it
more
wasn't a
the
big bunch of
mosh pit.
nerds.
They were much more the mosh pit scene,
right,
than the whole bunch of nerds that is normal for a They Might Be Giants show.
Sing more songs about American history. It's not those people.
Not those people.
No.
There were people who started a mosh pit at this They Might Be Giants like second stage.
Do you remember what song it was during?
I don't.
Okay.
I don't. It was immediately like right at the beginning.
Okay.
And I was towards the front because, you know, I didn't think there was going to be a mosh pit for one.
Right.
And it's that They Might Be Giants.
You want to be as close to
show
to the Linnell's accordion as you can be.
Absolutely.
Yeah. No, I get it.
They call me Dr. Worm. So the mosh pit started.
Time to start moshing. I hear Dr. Worm.
And I start like stepping backwards, like to just let the people do what they're gonna do, kind of get out of there.
Everyone can just mosh around me, please.
Mosh around me. And I actually got pushed to the ground.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so I had to get out of there.
How did that happen?
Well, it was hard to move backwards.
Uh-huh.
As I was trying to get out of there.
Did someone yell Tim Burr?
No.
Because you're so tall, you see.
Yeah, and then I have another They Might Be Giants concert story that I'll mention right now. Were you you might have been at this show with me? I don't remember if it was you or our friend Mike.
Okay, well, I mean, we do look very similar.
We're all very similar people.
Mike, like CJ, is about twice my height. For those unfamiliar.
That's true.
Yeah.
And we were again close to the stage, and there were two people in front of us who decided to turn towards the audience
Yeah.
and pantomime and lip sync all of the songs.
Was this in Chicago?
This was in Chicago.
I don't think I was at this because I
You
feel
would
like I
have
would have
remembered
remembered
it.
this.
You would have remembered it if you
Okay.
were, but it was the dang weirdest thing I've ever seen, and also very annoying.
I would imagine it would be. They were pantomiming?
Yes, they had a whole routine down with hand
Like
gestures.
they do little like shadow puppet birdhouse
Yeah.
in
There
your
was that,
soul
yeah, and
kind
they
of
were doing
things.
little skits. It was terrible.
Oh,
It was really awful,
how did
and
they know the set list? Do they just
they didn't.
did they just have a
They would
routine
just
for
start
every
they just
possible They
had a
Might Be
routine.
Giants song?
Yes. Yes, they did.
It's just like they have to
And
access each little routine whenever they hear the first couple bars of a song.
it was the worst.
Oh
It was the
my.
worst, Phil. It was the worst.
Ugh.
But anyway, it
Anyhow.
might have been so one of the concerts I went to, they did the entire Flood album, which they've
Okay,
done a
yeah, they were
couple of
doing the flood
times.
shows for a while.
Uh it might have been that one.
Okay.
I don't remember.
Okay, we'll see if it
So
was a flood show.
in that sense, they would have known
Yeah.
exactly what the order
Yeah.
would be. But anyway, where was I? What game was I talking about?
You're talking about
F-Zero.
F-Zero.
And why does Greg not like it? I don't know.
Right.
It's an arcade racer, and it's very chaotic, and it's not as much about racing technique as brute force. And I think I want to say that's why Greg doesn't like it. Maybe that's
Okay.
right. Maybe that's not right. Because all I've heard is that he doesn't like it, and I don't know why.
Right.
But for all of those points, that is almost the reason why I really like it. It's because the races are short, they're only 4 laps.
Hmm.
Um, the action is very fast, the tracks are small, like it's not a huge time investment in anything, although you can enter into cup races which have longer um like more tracks to them. So the regular 99 mode is just one track, one race. And then
Okay.
you can go into ones that are longer series, and there's special cups that have 5 races total
Ah.
on 5 different tracks. So I haven't done too many of those, but they do exist. And yeah, I just kind of like the fact that it's a pick up and play, fun little racing game. Uh, no reason to feel bad if you do poorly. I enjoy games that have a low skill floor, I think is my thing. And I feel like this has a low skill floor. So I'm fine with that. Let's see. I've also been playing a game called We Were Here Expeditions:
Oh.
The Friendship. Now, this
Oh.
is the We Were Here series by developer Total Mayhem Games is a collection of co-op adventure puzzle games, and they're out on multiple platforms, not Switch, but everything else. And they're cross-platform online compatible.
Oh.
And the Friendship is currently available for free
Mm-hmm.
until October 13th. And this is one of those games. And I've always kind of wanted to try that series. Like I knew about the series We Were Here. There's like 3 or 4 of them uh, before this one.
No.
And but I didn't want to spend like 10, $15, and you'd have to also rope somebody else into playing it with you.
Ah.
That's a little bit of a hard sell, but hey,
Mm-hmm.
if the game's free, that becomes a little easier sell, right? Hey,
In
download this
theory.
thing and we'll play it. So I roped Mike, our friend Mike, who's in the chat, into
Not
playing We Were Here Expeditions.
not the previous Mike from the They
Not the
Might Be Giants
previous Mike,
stories.
different Mike, Greg's friend Mike. I have a
I
lot of friends
understand.
named Mike. this
Yeah.
is a thing. So yeah, we played through We Were Here Expeditions: The Friendship yesterday, and it's like a
Oh.
3-part cooperative puzzle. game where, of course, you are looking at different views, and it does this thing where there's push to talk as well. You are um, communicating with the other player via a walkie-talkie, and
Okay.
you have to actually push a button on the DualSense or
Hmm.
probably the keyboard if you're using keyboard and mouse to talk to the other player. And the walkie-talkie actually like has a red light on it that lights up when the other player is talking.
Okay.
And you can accidentally talk over each other and not hear what the other person said.
Ah.
So just like a real walkie-talkie. But so the game, like, yeah, puts you in scenarios where you are looking at one thing, the other player is looking at another thing, and you have to kind of work together to solve these puzzles. Like the first thing was we're going to reveal these pictures in a particular order, and one player has to describe them to the other, and if they have one of the pictures that you have, they activate that button and you get the answer right or whatever.
Hmm.
And so there are 3 chapters in this game, and it is a lot of communication and a lot of trying to describe what you are seeing on the screen very quickly so the other person gets it,
Hmm.
and trying to guide a completely blind player through obstacles that they can't see but you can. And it ends up being a mix of frustrating but very fun sorts of challenges, and there's only 3, so it's sort of it took us about 2.5 hours to get through, and we messed up, which I really should say I messed up a lot in play, but it was really good fun, and it is available for free. It's called We Were Here Expeditions: The Friendship, available on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and cross-platform play with all of that. So, uh, but it was really, really interesting, really fun. And then at the end of it, it spits out this report of how well you did, and
Hmm.
it gives you like a movie that you can share to social, which I did. And I'm not going to spoil the rest of the puzzles because that's part of the fun, is like figuring out the puzzles that this game kind of throws you into. Yeah, Mike says 90% of the blame is on me. That's
There you
absolutely
go.
correct. Absolutely correct. But yeah, it was an interesting little game, and it kind of acts as a demo for the rest of the series, which I'm kind of interested in playing some of the other games in the series now that
Yeah.
we've tried this one. But yeah, and that's all I've been playing. So I guess that means it's time for posts. Yeah.
Tweet, tweet, tweets.
It's like you're running out of gas there, Phil.
Oh,
Running out of enthusiasm for
that's not true at all.
socials.
That's not true.
Are you sure?
I think so. Boy, I hope so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we have a bunch of lovely listeners have posted questions
Tweet.
throughout the week in our Ask P1P channel on
Oh.
Discord.
Oh
So
yes, our Discord.
I'm just gonna take some from there.
Oh my gosh.
Although since
Uh-oh.
Greg's not here, that kind of ruins some of this.
Uh-oh.
Let's do this one from hacker alias Matthias Gift of God, who says, question for tonight: what do you guys have installed on your Steam Decks? I have the most joy with 360 PS3 era games that have PC releases because they perform and look perfect on the device.
I don't have a Steam Deck.
So Phil, you don't have a Steam Deck. I do,
Yeah.
and Greg does.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you what I play on Steam Deck. Smaller indie games, really.
Yeah.
I have played Sea of Thieves on the Steam Deck because, of course, I have.
Mm-hmm.
But I generally prefer to play smaller titles like puzzle games on the deck. I played Dave the Diver on the deck. Pizza Tower, I think, is a perfect game for the Steam Deck.
Dave the Diver on the deck.
Dave the Diver on the deck.
Delightful.
Yeah, My Friendly Neighborhood, I played the demo of that on the Steam Deck.
No.
Um, Railbound, I think, is a puzzle game, yeah, that is fun. It's connecting train tracks
Oh,
together. It's a cartoony puzzle game. Um, so I play a lot of puzzle games. I play Humanity on Steam Deck because it's a nice
now which one's that?
sort of pick up and play game. It's a action puzzle game by Enhance. You may
It
have
sounds
heard of that
incredible.
company. Yeah, it is incredible. Voted
Some might say it's the game the Steam Deck was made for.
some might say that. Player's Choice game on PlayStation for May 2023. But yeah, I generally play smaller games. I don't play AAA stuff on the Steam Deck.
No.
I really don't want anything where I have to mess with the graphic settings to make it look good on the Steam Deck, or rather make it look good without totally killing the battery.
Yeah.
So I usually play it pretty safe with that stuff. But I also have been using the Steam Deck as a sort of console as well. Like I think you can actually kind of see it in my frame. You can see the Steam Deck sitting there on a dock,
Oh, I see it
and I
right by
use
your
it as
television.
right by the television. Yeah, I use it as a way to play PC games on the TV
Oh, okay.
quite a bit too. And then you don't have to worry about resolution or any of that or battery life because it's connected to power
Right.
the whole time. So maybe we'll do this question again when Greg's here,
Okay.
and then he can tell us. But yeah, I haven't really done too much emulation or anything with. I know a lot of people do emulation on Steam Deck. I haven't really messed with any of that. Mostly just playing indie games and puzzle games on it. All right, let's do this one from Hacker Alias Enchi, who says, now that Baldur's Gate 3 is on PS5, are any of y'all going to pick it up? 2 out of 3 Discord moderators consider it the best game of 2023 so far.
Probably not.
Baldur's Gate 3. Yeah. I think this goes back to where I was talking about Skyrim and how Western computer RPGs and just the art style and presentation of those was/is a big turnoff for
Yeah.
me in general. Even if a game is really good, like the Dragon Age games, never gotten into them.
Yeah.
I think for that exact kind of reason. Just yeah.
Yeah.
And then Baldur's Gate 3, like I watched some streams of it, and I imagine a lot of those players are playing on PC. But when I load up a stream and I see a screen that has like 24 icons along the bottom row of something, I'm just like, I'm out already.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not interested, like, in an interface that looks like that. But I have heard, and I did watch somebody playing Baldur's Gate 3 on the PS5, and there's like a radial
No.
quick menu for all of that stuff,
Hmm.
which was a little more enticing than a group of 24 icons at the bottom of the screen. So I can't imagine I'll try it. If Larian Studios puts out a trial on PS Plus,
Yeah.
I will try it.
Okay.
Absolutely. If I can somehow try it for free, yes, I will. I'm not going to pick it up just to give it a go. Yeah. I imagine Greg feels the same way.
Probably.
I don't think Greg has any plan to pick that one up either.
Yes.
All right, what's that? Were you gonna say something?
Who, me?
You.
No, I wasn't going to say anything.
Okay, well, let's go on to this one from Hacker Elias. Woe is that Mars, who says, let's assume the Switch successor is fully backwards compatible. What do you think Nintendo should do regarding all the really low quality games in the current Switch eShop? Should they take this opportunity to blacklist those titles from being available on Switch 2? Should they delist those games from both stores? Should they just continue doing what they do now and allow those games to continue to flood the current sales listing?
I get the sentiment.
I understand the sentiment here. Absolutely, because as I've joked before, the 24 versions of AAA Clock junking up the eShop is a major problem.
I've been
And
buying
when
every single one of them.
when the eShop first came around, like the first 6 months, I think there were maybe maybe right around the first year when companies started putting out, like, there was a race to the bottom
Oh
on
yeah.
Switch that was
Yeah.
absolutely terrible.
Remember when there
And
were constantly those kind of shovelware games going on sale for like a dime just to
yes,
get them to
which
the
now
top
they
of the
can't do.
charts?
Yeah, now thankfully they can't do it like
Right.
that. Nintendo put a stop to that, but unfortunately, those companies have found new ways of doing that kind of thing. And I don't think there's a great way to stop it, quite
Yeah.
honestly. You could say, oh, well, just delist all the bad quality games. Well, who's the arbiter of what's
That's
good quality and bad
that's
quality on
the
the
thing,
eShop?
right?
Like, I know that the makers of AAA Clock are releasing 24 different versions to bamboozle people into buying them, bamboozling them out of their hard earned gold points or dollars or whatever. But what is shovelware to us, like, may not like, there's a line, right? Where is the line between shovelware and honest game?
Right.
I do think Nintendo has to take a good look at the eShop with a lot of those,
Yeah.
and it may be worth rejiggering some policies, but I
Boy, I
don't think there's a way you put that toothpaste back in the tube.
just out of curiosity, I
Yeah.
went to nintendo.com and did
Yeah.
a search for AAA Clock.
Mhm.
There's a lot of versions of this.
Well, actually, I don't think there are. There's different there's
Right,
different
right,
DLC
right.
bundles that do absolutely nothing.
Oh
That
yeah.
are It's like bundles and rebundles and all this.
Well, yeah,
I mean,
they're I'm assuming they're bundling the same crap just with different names.
yes.
'Cause there's
Yeah.
AAA Clock, AAA Clock Elegant Edition,
Yeah.
Ultra Amazing Edition, Ultra Platinum, Ultra
Yeah.
Director's
All
Cut,
the
Ultra
adjectives.
GOTY Edition, Ultra Happy Edition, Ultra Legendary, Ultra Complete, Ultra Definitive, Ultra Premium, Ultra
Yeah.
Special Premium Edition. Oh, that's
Yeah.
for AAA Clock 2. Ultra Extended Special Edition for AAA Clock 2. Ultimate Edition AAA Clock 2. Ultra
You can
Deluxe.
stop. You can stop. It's
Nope, nope.
it's
I
so
still have
disappointing.
CJ.
Ah,
I have dozens more to go.
I know, and that's the problem, right?
what
That is
is
the problem.
what is happening?
And they not only junk up the sales chart, like current sales, but they junk up the recent releases
Oh
chart
yeah.
too, because every time one of these bundles goes up, it becomes a recent release
Yes.
and junks that up too. So
Absolutely it
uh,
does.
I really wish Nintendo would do something, but I think they have to do it very carefully, and that's why maybe it's taking so long. They have to like
Yeah, there's
figure out a way that makes sense to kind of close this loophole
because yeah,
that some developers are just running through on a weekly basis.
it's easy to say just get rid of the junk,
Yeah, what does
but
that mean?
I mean, and in our hearts of hearts, we all kind of know what that means,
Yeah,
but at some point
but do we?
someone's going to be like, "Oh, this game is junk." And then it's like, "No, no, no, wait, that one's actually pretty good."
Yeah,
It's just a low budget game from a small team, maybe just one person, but it's actually a pretty
yeah.
decent game.
Like,
It
is
just
that
kind of
Super
looks
Kiwi
unprofessional.
64 game junk, or is it homage to N64 platformers?
Which
Like
one?
a Kiwi, I forget what it's called. It's like Kiwi 64
Oh, okay.
or whatever. I mean, I it's
Oh,
not regarded
Super
as a
Kiwi 64.
yeah, it's not regarded as a junk game, but it is an homage to N64 era platformers.
It's 299 And I'm looking at it now, and it does look like an N64 platformer.
One could call that junk, I think.
And maybe it is. I've never played it.
Yeah.
But maybe it's fun.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Again, there's a line. There's a junk line.
But yeah, I mean that's just it, right? One person's junk is another person's treasure.
Exactly.
So
somebody likes Bubsy 3D. It's not me, but somebody out there does.
Oh gosh, remember there was that one guy who put out that video where he like completely analyzed that game? Remember that?
Yeah, exactly.
Uwilla or something. I mean, this was a long time ago.
It was.
But yeah. Someone loves every game, in theory.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's it. I think we ran over, actually. I looked at the clock and was like, holy crap.
Ran over.
Recording for this long?
I didn't know we had a time limit.
We don't.
Oh, okay.
But I didn't know that we had that much to talk about tonight.
I mean, come on. We had two big presentations here.
We did, yes.
You know, there was a lot to talk about.
We had They Might Be Giants concerts to talk about. Alrighty, and that is our show for this week. Thank you very much for listening. If you have a question for us or would like to comment on something you heard, you can direct that to @P1 Podcast on the Twitters or any other social network like Mastodon.social or Blue Sky or Threads. Actually, I don't think we're on Threads.
Are we not on Threads?
I don't think so. I'll make an account. Well, maybe we are. I don't remember. But yeah, put a question for the show in the Ask P1P channel on Discord. We will see it there. I'll pin it. We will use it on the show. You can ask that at any time during the week. It doesn't have to be right before the show. But yes, we also have an internet website at player1podcast.com. There you'll find our contact information. You'll find blog entries about Sega CD stuff from Mr. Greg Seward. You'll find Generation 16 episodes as they happen, and you'll find show notes and links to all the things that we talked about, plus a link to our Discord server where you can discuss this episode with us and our other listeners.
If you would like to subscribe to the Player One Podcast, you can do so by visiting player1podcast.com or by loading up your favorite podcast listening app. We're also on Spotify. You can like us on Facebook. You can watch video archives of our show on the youtubes.com/P1 Podcast, or you can watch us live most weeks on YouTube's, the Facebooks, the Twitch televisions, all over the darn place.
Yeah.
Just follow our social media accounts to find out when our next live show is. Typically, it is Sunday nights at 5:30 Pacific time. So join us, won't you? And I'll tell you what, if you like what you've heard, and how could you, head over to patreon.com/P1 Podcast. Throw a few shekels our way. CJ still needs to get a protective case for that PSVR 2 that he claims to love so much, but just throws it on the floor in a big heaping pile of wires and components.
Yeah.
Waiting to be stepped on.
No. I do have a case for the PSVR 2.
Yeah? Yeah?
So
I would like to
will
make a
put that in
case
there.
for you to put your PSVR 2 in it.
I was thinking about getting like a holder that'll, I don't know, that could sit on one of those shelves next to it, and yeah.
Oh, like a charging stand or something?
I don't need a charging stand for it because it plugs into the PS5.
Oh, right. Right, I forgot there's a wire.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
No. I wouldn't know any of this stuff until there's an Astrobot game.
Yeah.
Although if there was an Astro Boy game, I'd look into it. I'd look into it, but only if it was as good as that Treasure game for the GBA.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Arguably the best GBA game.
It's true.
It's certainly up there. No, your Patreon funds do help support our little show, keeps us streaming every week. All those little hidden costs that come from running a podcast. And I'll tell you what, we don't just do that for free, folks. If you are a Patreon supporter of the $5 tier,
cheap.
Well, there it is. All the way from Nova Scotia.
That's right.
Even though Greg's not here, I could still hear his voice on the wind. Or was that just you?
That was me. Sorry.
That was just you. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You gain access to a special weekly bonus episode that we record right after this, where we play games, crack wise, having fun doing all the stuff we can't do on the regular show. CJ.
Yeah.
Do we have a game to play this a week?
We do, Phil. We do.
Canada centric.
It's not. It is a name that tune. With video game music.
I will be very bad at this.
So we'll see how that goes.
I don't know how you are with this, but I will be of minimal assistance.
I probably will be bad as well.
Okay.
We'll see how it goes.
Let's see what happens, folks. Wish us luck.
Yes.
And I'll tell you what, if you have a couple bucks left over, head over to don't go to generation-16.com. We haven't gone there in a long time.
No.
Go to patreon.com/Greg Seward to help our favorite sick boy produce his fantastic, his outstanding, and it is outstanding web series about North America's favorite runner-up, the Sega Genesis. Golly, Phil, thanks. I'm so excited that you are promoting my show. I'm doing some very impressive stuff about the Sega Genesis, and you also get other videos that I produce where I talk about my favorite games and
weekly commute.
The weekly commute, which I don't produce in the car because Phil yelled at me once. You bet I did, buddy. I don't want you getting hurt filming while you're driving. Well, I wasn't really filming while I was driving. I'd wait until I was at a stoplight and then I'd record a couple seconds. That doesn't count, Greg. That's still dangerous and probably illegal. I don't know traffic laws in your country. Well, I think it's perfectly legal up here to record while you're in the car. Well, I'm glad you stopped doing it anyway, Greg. No problem.
I can feel something inside me say, I really don't think you're strong enough.
There he is. There he is.
Dun, dun, dun.
Perfect. How many Greg samples do you have there?
Just those two.
Okay. We need to sit down one day and have all three of us record a bunch of little clips like that you can have at your fingertips whenever you need them.
I know.
I am saying words. That wasn't me. I mean, it was me, but
yeah,
it wasn't current me. Anyway, go support Generation 16. Greg does some great work.
Sea of Thieves is really good.
What did he say?
Sea of Thieves is really good.
Oh. Did you piece that sound clip together from a bunch of...
No, he said that.
Do you have a recording of proof? Sea of Thieves is really good.
My voice is my password. Yeah.
That sweet can. Anyway, CJ.
Yes.
CJ's loving the Gummy Venus de Milo reference there.
I am.
Thank you, CJ.
Thank you, Phil.
Of course. Greg, take care of yourself. Feel better. We hope you're back next week, Greg. And of course, a big old thank you to you, our wonderful listeners, every single one of you. As always, take care of yourself, your loved ones, your family, your friends. Do what you got to do to be safe. Be kind to everyone. I don't care what their opinion is of baby steps. Be kind to everyone. Doesn't matter. They're just video games, for crying out loud. And we hope to see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.